Morning people, welcome back to F Politics. Labour Security Minister Dan Jarvis.
The scenes from Gaza are intolerable and have shocked the conscience of our country.
But you're a UK Security Minister, Dan Jarvis, which means that you, more than 99% of the country, are responsible for the policy that the UK has had to help Israel in doing that damage to Gaza. The reason that the damage in Gaza is on the UK's conscience is because of you.
Peace and urgent humanitarian relief remains our focus.
If peace was truly your top priority, then given that Elbit Systems, the weapons manufacturer that was being targeted by Palestine Action, is an Israeli defense contractor, then surely you should be shutting that shit down, rather than declaring Palestine Action to be a terrorist organization because they're trying to shut that shit down. And you also wouldn't be selling weapons to Israel either.
This means an immediate ceasefire and release of hostages.
Yeah, you've been saying that for about a year now, while continuing to sell Israel weapons and refusing to put any sanctions on them for the damage that they're doing.
Protest and free speech are a cornerstone part of our democracy, and those freedoms will always be protected.
The Conservatives passed laws a couple of years ago that made it potentially illegal to simply raise your voice at a protest, and you have done nothing to get rid of those laws. And when it comes to free speech, your new Online Safety Act means that Wikipedia might no longer be able to operate in the UK.
Palestine Action is not simply a protest group voicing political views.
I mean, the name Palestine Action does imply that it's more than just words, but carry on.
This is a group that has waged an escalating campaign involving sustained criminal damage,
which doesn't qualify them as a terrorist organization, just simply vandals,
intimidation, and serious injuries to individuals.
Now honestly, that could. They broke into a place and people got hurt. That could land them on the list legitimately. But here's the thing, the place they broke into was an Israeli weapons manufacturer. So what they did was objectively an attack on an organization that is heavily linked to a military that has killed 70,000 people. So while I don't know the details of what went down when they broke in, and I don't condone violence in general, in fact there may be things that when the details come out I may have to condemn. If I'm having to decide who is on the right side of history between Dan Jarvis of the Labour Party and Palestine Action, it won't be you, Dan.
If any group turns to these unlawful actions, the government has a responsibility, a duty to act. Acting now isn't just right, it is necessary.
See, here's the thing. You're couching all the stuff that you're saying in this whole moral responsibility. We had to do it. It's the right thing to do, but you are on the wrong side of history. You are helping a government whose leaders are wanted by the International Criminal Court. You are complicit in the murder of 70,000 people, but you're declaring moral superiority over a group that's guilty of what? Vandalism? While jailing hundreds of people for saying they support that group.
The right to protest is fiercely protected in our country, but that is not the same as endorsing the actions of a single proscribed group.
But your law says you're not allowed to show support for Palestine Action at all, not just their actions. Because lots of people support the objectives of Palestine Action, but we don't know their actions because you won't tell us.
And some cannot be discussed due to ongoing criminal proceedings. No cause, however just, gives license for criminality and violence on our streets.
How are the streets of Gaza looking, Dan? Because you're supporting that.
In a democracy, we don't protect freedom by tolerating fear.
But you're still playing nice with Israel. You're tolerating the murder of tens of thousands of people against the wishes of the majority of people in the UK who want you to stop selling weapons to them. So you're breaking democracy to spread fear. Dan Jarvis, you're a prick. Shut up.